your name?
Naranda Gary.
All right. How do you know Tristan Ellis?
We were on the same floor in Drew freshman year, so we met just off of the same likeness for art and the visuals.
Would you say that you're an artist, and like what type of art do you create?
I do a lot multimedia. My newest venture is DJing right now, so I'm helping out with that for the show. I do painting, drawing, custom footwear, fashion, and photography.
So overall, your involvement in the show is only DJing, or do you have like, any other parts of it that you're involved in?
Yeah, it'll just be DJing.
Okay. And how long have you known Tristan?
What, going on 3 years?
So yeah, so in this overall scope that we're in this landscape, political landscape, do you see like the worth of art growing or lessening right now with everything else that's going on?
I definitely say growing. Just with how everything's going, things are getting a lot more scary. We're getting more into like crisis times, and anytime throughout history you see that there's a rise of social like upheaval, there's also a rise of art. We need people to present what's going on. We need people to collaborate with like thought leaders to show like what the masses are thinking, what the people are believing. So I definitely think that's going to be more and more important in the coming years.
And what's one thing that you want to tell Tristan when he sees this before he goes into the show?
It's going to be a great show, that's for sure. You're going to have your art done, and you got the space, you got the ideas, and it's going to be execution. Like, that's it for real.
So what's your name?
My name is Dame Prince.
Tell us more about your relationship and how you know Tristan Ellis.
Me and Tristan actually met accidentally for the first time during my tenure at Howard University. I was a party photographer, which meant I was at every party taking pictures of every person. And one particular picture came up where it was this tall, light skin with curly hair in the middle of a circle hitting a Jersey bop. And it instantly became one of my favorite photos because it was the embodiment of Black joy at Howard, seeing a Black person at a party just having fun, letting loose. And once I started posting the pictures and went to go figure out who was who and start tagging, I ran into him. And after that, I think we kind of just saw each other around campus, and eventually it led to me spinning at one of his art showcases. So yeah, really just through the love of music and art. I think the main difference I've noticed is just him getting more comfortable. In the early art shows I went to with Tristan, he was always nervous, making sure everything's perfect, making sure every drawing or painting was perfectly aligned, making sure the viewing, the height was proper. But as I've seen him grow in his expertise, I now see him trusting that what he's making is going to stand on his own. I also love the amount of color he puts into his pieces, and also how he always makes sure that he's following a theme, which is not necessary, but it's always nice to kind of see where his vision is going.
And in today's political climate and everything else that's going on, how do you see art as like a tool for like healing and transformation?
It's funny you asked that. As I had a conversation with someone recently about this, I believe that the biggest problem in society right now is that a lot of people need and crave art, whether it's visual, auditorial, or otherwise, but it's hard to access. Everything's behind social media status, everything's behind the monetary status. You can't get into places unless you know someone or you have enough money to. I think that once we figure out a way to bring art in its entirety back to the people, we'll heal a little bit because we'll have more people expressing themselves and seeing that it's okay to express yourself in all forms.
And then for the last question, what would be any remarks or something that you want to say to Tristan when he sees this before he heads into the Antithesis
Trust yourself. Most people, especially artists, don't do things unless they know they can handle it. I think Tristan's very good at knowing what he wants, putting together a plan and getting it done. I'd also say to enjoy yourself. Like I said in previous art shows, I've seen him, a little nervous. I like him to be completely comfortable and at ease and know that what he's doing is special, and what he's doing is necessary to his immediate audience, but also the people watching virtually and otherwise.
What's your name?
Elijah Johnson.
And how do you know Tristan Ellis?
I met Tristan the first day of moving at Drew, freshman year, 2022. Met him, some other guy was helping us move in. We kind of just hung out the rest of the day, became friends after that.
In this overall artistic journey that you've seen thus far, what can you say about it? Can you say that you've seen a lot of growth from him in the past few years?
For sure. I think his first art show he had in the spring semester of freshman year, he had ideas and it was great. But over time, it's like just grown more and more. He has a lot more concepts this time around, a lot of things he wants to talk about. There's a lot more reasoning behind the shows, so I'm glad to see that. So he's on a great path for sure.
Is there anything that you'd like to say to Tristan when he watches this?
I'm proud of you, super proud. You're gonna do big things, great things. I think that you'll be one of the more important people in this day and age for art and in these times that we're in, for sure. We need people like you. So I'm glad that you're one of them that's taken on this task, and you're braving through everything that you're going through and still finding the time to be creative and find a way to speak.
And expounding a little bit upon that, in this current day and age with the political sphere and everything like that, what's the importance of art?
Everything. I mean, it's a way for people that maybe don't know how to say what they want to say to be able to say it, or find a community of people that think the same things that you do. Kind of be able to have like a culture feel into it. So for sure, he's going to be a very important person that we need to just like create spaces to talk about things we need to talk about. Times are scary, things are hard, and every time something like this happens, we see a rise of art, and he'll be one of the people that we need.
What's your name?
My name is Joshua Barry. I am from St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands.
And how do you know Tristan Ellis?
All right, so I met Tristan last year. He was my suite mate and annex, and it wasn't until like the second semester that we kind of hit things off, and we started, having those late night sessions, just talking, trying to figure out how we can promote our art, and just things kind of took off from there. All right, so for Antithesis, my involvement is gonna mostly be I'm gonna be behind the camera. I'm gonna be rolling out a few videos in I guess a week now. Just kind of painting the scene as to what Antithesis is gonna be. So we're still in the works. Noel is gonna be the CD for that. Kind of giving the guidelines as to what exactly is gonna be in the video. I think I'll be showcasing some stuff sometime that week on the projectors, and I'll remember which day exactly.
So what type of art do you specifically like to specify?
So my medium is mostly video. I like to work with a lot of red and blue, especially like in my lighting. And as long as I can tell the story, that's all I need to do. That's what I like to do. So when we were talking about developing this, when he was talking about developing this, I was like, bro, you can make this into something way bigger than what it is. Because right now we're in the age where, you know, creativity and, well, people are being silenced. And I think that through creativity and art, it's allowing for people to express themselves. I mean, shit, we got Kendrick saying the revolution is starting, so I mean, we gonna start it. But yeah, that's pretty much how I feel.
And if you want to give like one statement or say something to Tristan when he sees this leading up to his event, what you want to say?
Fuck you, nigga.
What's your name?
Noel Obina Obi.
And how do you know Tristan Ellis?
Me and Tristan are a part of the vital class of Models of the Mecca as a model. I met him there in October, actually. We've been friends ever since.
Are you an artist? And like, what kind of art do you practice?
Yeah, I'm actually a professional dancer of 6 years, and after that I went into creative direction. So I produce my own projects. I also work with a couple of artists like on performances for like different things, ranging from concerts to like actual award shows. Yeah.
So when it comes to Tristan's upcoming show, what's your involvement in that?
What don't I do? That's the thing. He asked me to be a model, so I'm definitely gonna walk in the show. He also asked me to direct a couple of videos for the actual exhibit to create experience, as well as, you know, anything that he asked me, behind the scenes, interviews like these. Yeah.
So in this current political landscape, what's the importance of art?
I think that art in it of itself is expression. So when things are basically kind of intimidating in the world, or like trying to close off our voice, art is like the best way for you to get your point across without that political standpoint getting in the way. Because at the end of the day, it's all subjective.
And why dance specifically for you in creative direction?
I feel like dance for me is like, it's an unspoken language. You don't have to use your voice. And for some people, physically emoting is like the easiest thing for me to do to get my point across. So I've used it for 6 years to kind of like tell my experience of being a black boy in dance and anything in STEM, going to school. But I think the creative direction, I get the chance to kind of open up and like use different aspects: video, colors, lights, styling, the type of camera we use, film. So I think that's like a really cool thing that I get to do. And I just got into it like 2 years ago, but I'm definitely gonna keep producing projects.
And if you want to give a statement or say something to Tristan when he watches this, what do you want to say to him?
Oh Lord. Brother, you finally made it to the end of this. I remember you literally stressing about the budgeting and creating the idea and not even getting to express yourself a couple of months ago. I just want to say I'm really proud of you, and I know it's going to be amazing because we both worked on it. So I can't wait to see your face when you see this. I love you.